Theresa May would go to war to defend Gibraltar in the same way Margaret Thatcher set out to reclaim the Falklands, a former Tory leader has claimed. Michael Howard said Theresa May would show the same resolve her predecessor did 35 years ago today when the Falklands War began. The intervention came as Defence Secretary Sir Michael Fallon vowed to defend the Rock all the way. Theresa May spoke to Gibraltar's Chief Minister Fabian Picardo today to offer him reassurance Britain is absolutely dedicated to working with Gibraltar for the best possible outcome on Brexit. Mr. Picardo earlier denied a split with Number 10 while on a snap visit to London, insisting he had worked with Theresa May on tactical and strategic decisions. The row was triggered on Friday when Spain was handed an effective veto over the Brexit deal by the EU Council's draft negotiating guidelines said Madrid could exclude Gibraltar. The shock move opened a new front in diplomatic battle for Brexit. It has been claimed Spain seized the advantage when Theresa May failed to specifically mention Gibraltar in her Article 50 letter on Wednesday, prompting suggestions of a rift with the peninsula's government. While a full-blown Falkland-style conflict is unlikely, Spanish ships regularly breach Gibraltar's territorial waters and are often met by Royal Navy ships. Asked if Britain would defend Gibraltar as it did the Falklands, Sir Michael told the BBC's Andrew Marr's show "We are going to look after Gibraltar. It is going to be protected all the way because the sovereignty of Gibraltar cannot be changed without the people of Gibraltar. They have been very clear they do not want to live under Spanish rule." Lord Howard went further, telling Sky News' Sophie Ridge on Sunday there is no question whatever that our government will stand by Gibraltar. 1935 years ago this week another woman Prime Minister sent a task force halfway across the world to defend the freedom of another small group of British people against another Spanish-speaking country. I am absolutely certain our current Prime Minister will show the same resolve. Protection of Gibraltar and the Falklands were linked in the same paragraph of the Conservative Manifesto. Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands 35 years ago today, prompting Margaret Thatcher to send a British task force to reclaim the South Atlantic territory. Also speaking on the Andrew Marr show, Mr. Picardo denied a rift with Number 10. He said we are working very, very closely with the British government. There is a joint ministerial council that includes Gibraltar. He claimed the Article 50 letter does make reference to Gibraltar, if not explicitly, then tangentially by cross-referencing to the White Paper where the government has set out in more detail what it is going to do. Mr. Picardo insisted I'm not thrilled we are in the situation that we are. Gibraltar voted 96% to remain, but we have energetically decided we have to support the Prime Minister in making Brexit a success. When we get the deal on Brexit, it is only fair, proper and right it applies to Gibraltar. Gibraltar is not on the table as a chip. Anybody who thinks that we are is not realizing what this is about. He added it's just a draft at the moment. Let's see what comes back on April 29th. But even if it comes back as it is, it's clear we are entering a negotiation. This is somebody else's document. It's not our document. If this was in the British document, I would be very upset. Revealing a call between Theresa May and Mr. Picardo, a Downing Street spokeswoman said the Prime Minister called the Chief Minister of Gibraltar, Fabian Picardo, this morning. She reiterated our long-standing position that the UK remains steadfastly committed to our support for Gibraltar, its people and its economy. The Prime Minister said we will never enter into arrangements under which the people of Gibraltar would pass under the sovereignty of another state against their freely and democratically expressed wishes, nor will we ever enter into a process of sovereignty negotiations with which Gibraltar is not content. The Prime Minister said we remain absolutely dedicated to working with Gibraltar for the best possible outcome on Brexit, and will continue to involve them fully in the process. Miriam González, the Spanish wife of former Liberal Democrat leader Nick Clegg, today said there are always two sides to issues such as Gibraltar, in an appearance on The Andrew Marr Show. The Sunday Times today reported that Gibraltar was left out of the Article 50 letter at the request of the government in Madrid. Theresa May did leave it out despite apparent warnings from Gibraltar that Spain would then take advantage, as transpired.